This is Begin Reading Lesson Number 1. This video is for you if you struggle with reading. I am a professional reading specialist, dyslexia specialist, and the developer of the LRn&x program, and I'm going to teach you how to read through 100 videos. Here's how those lessons will work. The first 10 lessons are taken from my Begin Reading packet at LRn&x.com. You can find them there, or you can find them next to the number 1 in the description below. The next 80 lessons will come from my LRn&x program, and you can find that next to the number 2 below. And the last 2 lessons will come from my adult reading class, which you can find next to number 3 in the description below. But if you do not purchase those worksheets to follow along with me, that is perfectly fine. I would love to teach you right here for free, but you will still need a piece of paper and a pencil to copy the words down. So go ahead and pause the video and go grab that piece of paper and pencil and come right back. I have 2 videos for you each week. You are free to follow along with me here for free, or you can join me at any time in my adult reading class, especially if these lessons are a little easy for you. In that class, I can help you more personally. So again, that live link is in the description next to the number 3. If you want an online tutor, I have certified and licensed tutors who use my LRn&x lessons that I can recommend, and you will find a link to those in the description below as well. Okay, so let's get started. In our lessons, I will be referring to graphemes and phonemes. A grapheme is a letter or set of letters that makes a sound, such as C is a grapheme, but CH is also a grapheme because it makes only one sound. A phoneme is that sound. So a phoneme is a sound that is represented by a letter or letters, and that letter or letters is called a grapheme. For instance, the first 5 graphemes that we will be working with today are R, T, N, I, and L. Then after that, we will be adding just one at a time. First thing we need to do is make sure that we understand the correct sound for those letters. So the correct sound for the letter R is made by putting the back of your tongue toward the back of your throat, almost touching the top, and then pushing out that sound. It sounds like this. It's a pushing sound. Make sure there's not a R at the end. Your jaw shouldn't drop. It's not R, it's R. The sound for T is a voiceless sound, only air, no voice. It's kind of like a spitting sound. It will sound like. For N is made with your tongue touching the roof of your mouth and staying there. So the sound for N is N. Be careful that it's not N. Again, your jaw shouldn't drop. There's no on the end. It is simply N. The sound for I is made with your mouth long and narrow, with your teeth only open wide enough that a piece of paper can come through. So the sound for the short I is I. Don't open your mouth anymore, or it will turn into and that's the short E sound. So you have to keep your mouth nice and narrow. The sound for the short I is I. The sound for L is made by your tongue going up behind the top teeth. The sound for L is oh. So we are going to use those graphemes now to begin reading. So I'm going to share my screen. And these are the lessons that you are free to download and print on your own, or you don't need them. You can just look at my screen with me and make sure that you copy these on a piece of paper at home, though, because I'm going to teach you how to pencil read. You need a pencil to be able to make sure that each grapheme is read and it doesn't get left out, or extra letters don't come in, or sounds don't get in the wrong order. Putting that pencil in your hand makes it a multisensory experience. You're going to hear you're going to see what's on the paper, you're going to hear what you say, and you're also going to feel it. So you're going to use a lot of senses in making sure those graphemes get in the right order. This is how we pencil read. You're going to put a dot underneath each sound as you say it. And then you're going to connect those dots all in one breath to read the word. For instance, I will do number 1 for you, and then I will guide you through the others. So for instance, for the I, first we're going to mark that vowel. I'm going to mark it with what's called a brev. That tells me that that is a short vowel sound. A brev is just a curved line and it goes over all short vowel sounds. And here's how you can know that that is a short vowel sound. And this is really important. A vowel will typically make it short sound if one of the next two letters is not another vowel. In other words, a vowel will make it short sound if the next two letters are consonants, or if it's a one consonant and then nothing. So we are going to mark our vowels always before we pencil read, so your brain knows what that letter is going to say before you read it. We're not ever going to guess. We're going to know what the vowels will say based on where they are in the word and the letters that surround it. So I'm going to mark that I with a brev because I can see by tapping the next two letters. I call this the tap two rule. Come to a vowel, you tap the next two letters, 1, 2. Both of those are not another vowel, or in other words, they're consonants or a consonant and a space. So we know that that I is going to make the short I sound, I, and that is marked with that curved line called a brev. And then we're going to pencil read. So first I'm going to mark it, and then this is what I want you to do with your pencil also. You're going to put a dot underneath each sound as you say it. So it's I, and then you're going to connect the dots slowly all in one breath. In. Now I'm going to have you do it on your own while I am quiet so you can work, and then I will go over it with you. So we're actually I'm going to mark it with you as you do yours so you can look at mine if you want to, but I'm going to let you pronounce it on your own. Go ahead. So the sound for I is I because the next two letters are, neither one of them are vowels. So when we pencil read that word, it is it. Let's try the next one. Go ahead and work while I'll be quiet while you work. The sound for I is I because neither of the next two letters are vowels. When we pencil read that word, it sounds like O, I, and when we connect the dots, it's lit. A deep breath here. I think we have a couple more. Yeah. While you work. So our vowel says I. Our sounds are t, I, n. And when you connect those dots, it's tin. Tin. Be careful that your mouth is nice and narrow so that the I comes out as I, because we want tin, like a tin can, and not like 10 or the number 10. So that I and are really similar and they're often confused. So make sure that when you make the I sound that your mouth is as narrow as possible so that I comes out and not and the word is tin and not 10. And certainly not tan. We're going to get to that in a little bit, but for now we're working with I. Okay, let's go ahead and do that last word here. Oh, you see it has two L's. When you see two of the same letter, it only needs one dot because it only makes one sound. We know the I is going to say I because the next two letters are consonants. When we pronounce those sounds, it sounds like t, I, o. When you connect the dots, it's till. Till. Now you have done it, and I bet you have done it correctly. The rest of these words are if you have the printed version of these lessons, again, which you can get next. There's a link next to the number 1 below, but you don't need to buy anything. You can just meet me here. I will be teaching these lessons on YouTube twice a week for 100 lessons. They're starting easy, but they're going to work their way harder and harder. I'm going to go nice and slow. We're going to have lots of practice. And if you have any questions, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. So I will see you next time.